up, Fly Rev? How you doing, man?
Hey, dude.
Hey, there's my main man. Playing the best game ever made. How you doing, dude?
Oh, I have to mute your stream just a second. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fucking fantastic. It's the best of my life. Welcome to the party. Last time we talked, what did we talk about?
Macro Zerg.
And last time we talked, are you Masters or are you still Diamond?
No, I'm still Diamond.
Okay. All right. I guess the way we always do it as well. Did you have a replay prepared that you wanted to take a look at, or do you have?
I was thinking, show me your dirtiest cheese.
Okay, so there's no cheese that's gonna be universal. If there's a matchup you specifically want to take a look at, we can do that because they're gonna be different.
Yeah, PvZ.
Okay. Okay. I have a super dirty one for you. Just the trick for you. Just what the chef ordered. All right. I'll invite you to the game. And are you gonna? Do you want to play against me in this game, or do you want me to do it against an AI and kind of walk you through the build?
Yeah, I think you have to walk me through the build first.
Okay. And I guess if there is a Protoss, this would make this more realistic. Is there a Protoss who is like low master or high diamond that is online in the stream right now that is willing to jump on for this and give me an opponent to play against? Because if I do this against an AI, if we're talking about cheese, AI definitely does not play standard, so it's not gonna like seem realistic. What race? Protoss. I'm looking for a Protoss player that is
the other way around.
Wait, I thought you said you wanted me to give you a Protoss cheese against Zerg.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm looking for a Zerg player. Sorry, I thought you were like, I want to learn a Zerg build. I'm looking for a Zerg player that is of the Diamond 1 to like Masters 3 range, somewhere around there, or like just high Diamond, low Masters. Don't have to be too picky, because we don't have to be super specific here. Just getting someone that's around the skill level of that. Okay, so let me really think what I want to do here then.
I'll gift a sub for whoever just first.
Holy shit! I mean, you don't have to do that. I mean, if you want to, you totally can. But
I want to.
You want to? Okay. This man just said he's gonna gift you a sub if you don't have one. Whoever gets picked.
That also kind of increases the pressure, I think.
Yeah, there you go. You guys want to be in the VFam? Because it's pretty sick. You get super good at moats. It's the bee's knees. Put me in, coach. What are you? Profile. You are okay. This is perfect. Okay, so we got someone. It's Wololo Wanana. Wololo Wanana. Yeah, Wololo. What is your Twitch ID? That's me. That's Adapt 1.
Do you already have a sub? Yeah, he already has a sub. Or that person.
On my screen, I don't think he does. I don't know if he does. Do you have it? Are you sub right now, Adapt?
It's grayed out to gift the sub.
Oh, I don't. Maybe he was like been gifted. I have no idea. It's okay. Don't worry about it, Fire Rev. I do appreciate it, but you don't gotta do that. Okay. All right. So, I guess. Is there anything? I mean, there's multiple ways we can choose here, but is there anything like stylistic wise that you think you like more, that you'd, if someone could say, okay, if you had to choose someone and like just do an attack, what area would you lean towards? Would you lean more towards a Robo? Would you lean more towards a Stargate? Would you lean towards a Council? I mean, I could make something on the spot, like something I can think of someone that. From something somebody did to me that was super fucking annoying. But if you have a preference, I could try to make something towards you.
I don't have a preference.
Okay. So what I think you should go for, that's incredibly annoying and hard to deal with, is going to be fucking Twilight Council. I think Twilight Council builds, and if we're going all in, I think those are definitely the most annoying to deal with for Zerg. At least I find them the most annoying, and what that could be. All right, I guess I'll just show you. Instead of talking about throughout my whole strategy here, I'll do it. I already have a plan in mind what I'm going to do now, and it's going to basically be harass into an all-in.
Nice.
So that's what it. That's just unless the guy, our opponent, deals with it perfectly, it's going to be fucking hard to stop. All right, and then we can have you try to do it afterwards. I'm Protoss. Thanks, Walala. Ready?
Be the cancer you want other people to get.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. Alright, he's ready. Alright, so Flyer, feel free to ask me any questions or anything throughout what I'm doing here. And then yeah, we'll be good to go, dude. Okay, so we're going to take a pylon on the low ground as Protosses normally do, so that we can take a natural, because this build will have a natural, even though it's going to be really aggressive. This having a natural is just going to increase the power of our follow-up all-in, because it'll help us hit like that super high supply faster. Alright, we can go scout him now. Take a gas.
Oh.
Yo, Naughty, thank you for the gifted subs, man. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, dude. You're going nuts today. I do appreciate that very much.
Oh,
okay, we see what looks like a normal expansion from Zerg. There's nothing. Yeah, now there's going to be a pool. Then there should be a gas being thrown down, probably in a second here. Probably. If he's no gas, that means he's going gasless.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's going gasless. And if there's no gas, this makes this build even stronger. If there is a gas, it doesn't make the build like worse necessarily. It just makes it more like normal. But gasless is gonna have a really hard time dealing with Twilight Council based openers.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's definitely gasless. So it doesn't matter anymore. We can get out of his base. We don't need to confirm when he takes the gas at this point, because now it is essentially late gas whenever he takes it.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be just very delayed. And let's go up really quickly with our probe one more time before we go back to base. And let's just confirm where his third is. Just so we know where that's going to be about.
Yeah.
He's dancing his Overlord over our gateway. He's having a good time. Alright, perfect. So now we're going to send our Adept immediately across the map.
Yeah.
Glory to the Daemon. Ire shall be.
We'll save our...
Oh,
we're going to save our... blah, blah, blah. Our resources. Or, no, sorry, our not resources. Our chrono boost for getting a really quick glaive upgrade. Kind of poke him with the Adept a little bit. See what we can do. If we can get something done, great. If not, it's okay. And there we go. We see a gas starting right about now. It's really, really late. So once my second Adept gets here, we shouldn't like sack the first Adept, but we should definitely be annoying. Like kill that Group Timber if possible. That's not gonna be too late. Okay, so it lives. That's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and get a third and a fourth gateway now. Keep chrono boosting the glaives, and now we can go into his base and be super, super, super annoying. Cancel. Kill some drones. Every drone we kill is huge. If we kill no drones, it's still not bad, but every drone we do kill is actually massive. at like we should be killing drones here while he's like that. Get out of the middle line and then start killing drones again. Get a warp prism. Transfer or not transfer, but teleport down to his next base. Try to kill some drones again. Okay, we're not gonna kill any there. Try to kill drones here again. Again, every drone we kill is one less larva he has. That's gonna give him the ability to deal with what we're doing here. It's gonna be really annoying for him. Okay. And then now what we can do, if we weren't supply blocked, actually, that's actually a really bad supply block. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna chrono boost out our robo, and we're gonna make a couple more gateways again. And now this is gonna get really, 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 really hard for Zerg to deal with. This is where it becomes an all-in, because all we're gonna do is we're gonna make 4 adepts, and we're done. So these glaives are gonna be really obnoxious at making this attack able to just pressure the economy even more. And behind this we want to have about like 7 gates. We have 8 gates. 8 gates is fine. 8's fine. And now all we're gonna do is we're gonna make sentries, up to about like 6 sentries, and we're just gonna start we're gonna chrono boosting out immortals, and we're just gonna do literally a Sentry Immortal timing behind this glaive adept prism pressure, which is ideally again gonna be killing more drones. And again, every drone we kill is just gonna make this way fucking harder to stop. So now we can drop off like 2 adepts here. Leave them for a sec. Keep making immortals. Keep chrono boosting immortals. Keep making sentries. And then make like either zealot or stalker. It really doesn't matter. Okay. So we're gonna just focus on the natural right now, because that's a lot of drones there that we can kill. Okay, they gotta get out of here. Try and kill more in the main now at this point. Go to the 3rd, make another round of like zealots. There's nothing at the 3rd. Okay, pull back. We don't need to use the prism right now, right just yet. Okay, let's just leave the prism up there, and now let's move out of our base and get really aggressive. Now behind this, we can start a 3rd base. We can also start getting like a forage here, so we can go into like upgrades eventually if this game somehow doesn't end, so you can have like a bit of a failsafe. But this attack is literally, we should move now with our what's it called? Move in our prism to our army, group up with it, and just push. And let's make a bunch of stalkers this time, and some more sentries. Now the Zerg is going to have a really hard time. Actually, ideally, if the drone killing went well and you macroed well enough, you should be able to start doing shit like this where you just start picking units off. Okay, we missed a little bit of a force field there, but it's okay. So there we go. That's a huge force field right there. Move our sentry sword and try to lock some more in. And keep making stalkers or something. Just keep pushing. And yeah, ideally, again, if you're macroing well and you're pressuring well, if you kill, I would honestly say against a build like this, if you kill like 9 drones, 10 drones, anything above, I would say just 10 drones, anything at or above 10 drones, the Zerg's chance of holding this is incredibly low. And the reason why the Zerg's chance of holding this is incredibly low if you kill 10 drones or more is because the Zerg has to cut drones straight up just to not die to this kind of a timing. The Zerg is not going to be able to make like 70 drones or 65 drones, because if they do, they're just going to die. They're not going to have any army. So they have to cut drones at probably like 50 to like we're talking like 54, 55 drones max. Like 55 drones max for Zerg here, to barely be able to hold this with units in time to not just get fucking run over by Immortal Sentry. But if the Zerg loses, this is the big problem for Zerg. If they lose like 10 drones, now they're suddenly matching the Protoss's economy if they actually stopped at like 55. And if they don't stop at 55 and they go all the way to 65, they're probably just going to die. They're not going to have enough army to stop it. But if they actually stopped at 55 drones, they're going to have an actual army that's going to kind of stop you in your tracks and like kind of headbutt you a little bit back and forth. And it comes down to who micros better there. Does the Corrosive Vials connect, or does the Sentry Force Fields connect well? Which one does better spellcasting and whatever the fuck you're doing. But if you kill more than 10 drones, you take away the Zerg's ability to keep up with you in economy. And if the Zerg is matching you or below you in economy, they're losing because you're making more efficient units, because Immortals are always going to be more efficient than Roaches, and Roaches are forced because Adepts force Roaches. So you force the Zerg into this position and then fuck them over when their economy is equal to yours or worse than yours. That's why this build is so fucking annoying. Because if the Zerg skips Roaches and they go, ah, whatever, I don't care, I'm just going to make no Roaches. It's really easy to take lead like gains where you tuck your Adepts into the mineral line in a really annoying way and you just kill drones. You just keep killing drones while you're tucked into the mineral line over and over and over. At least Roaches, like you noticed, I was annoying as fuck trying to kill drones for a while until the Roaches showed up, and then I kind of like had to get out of there a little bit quicker. Roaches definitely put us into a position where I can't just kill drones all day anymore because they trade better than Adepts do, and there's similar cost to Roaches. So they're like an Adept is actually slightly more expensive than a Roach, and it doesn't kill a Roach. So the only way I can win the game with Roaches there, or if he has Roaches there, is if I have like mass Adepts and I'm just cranking Adepts nonstop. But that's not really super strong, because if they just make a lot of Roaches, there's a good chance I could lose. But it's really strong if you force Roaches and then fuck them with Immortals. That's why this build just creates a situation for Zerg where you force them down a path and then you fuck that path with an Immortal transition that just does the timing all in. So anyways, that's how the build works. That's why it's annoying as shit to deal with. This is one of the most annoying builds to fight against when I ladder. If there's, I would say 1 out of 20 Protosses do this on average on a normal basis. But the ones who do this really well are incredibly annoying to deal with.
Nice.
So what do you think?
Yeah, sounds good.
Do you want to play him yourself and give it a try, and I'll kind of walk you through it?
Yeah.
I would say there's one mistake I made this game, and the one mistake I made this game was I definitely delayed my charge way too long. We fucked our charge timing, and I didn't have charge, but it didn't matter a whole lot because we still broke the Zerg. But ideally what you want to be doing is you want to be getting more Stalkers than Zealots, because Stalkers also complement the Immortals really well by fucking over the Roaches a lot harder because you're using Force Fields, which kind of dice the Zerg up. But if you have no gas left over because you're making Immortals constantly and you have a lot of Sentries as well, there's a good chance you're going to have some Minerals at times, and that's when you want to have some Zealots, ideally with charge. So having some charge lots in your comp is not bad, but it's not supposed to be like a charge lot timing, because that kind of goes back into the realm of Roaches are now good against that, because Roaches actually shit on charge lots, like no problem if there's enough of them. So you want to put the Zerg in a situation where you're not trying to charge him down, you're trying to force field him down. So yeah, I should have got charged, but we still didn't prioritize mass charge lots. I only made like 7 Zealots out of my entire composition, which was mostly Sentries and Stalkers and Immortals. And again, we only made 2 Adepts right off the bat, and they die. If they die, they die. If they don't die, then they don't die. But then you only make 4 Adepts with the Glaive upgrade when you go back in with the Prism again, because it forces a reaction out of Zerg. Zerg has to respond to that in a way that's not just, fuck it, who cares? Because if they do that, you're going to kill a mineral line so fast with those Glaive Adepts, even though you're not making like 20 Adepts. Just target fire drones, because every drone you kill is like a notch on your belt of getting further ahead. Alright, I'll remake the game, and I'll make myself a spectator, and I'll invite you and Adapt into the game again. Yo, Adapt, thank you again, by the way, for helping us with the opponent here. Okay, so whenever you guys are both ready, let me know. I'll type it in game 2 in case he's muted. Okay, ready. Yeah, I love your enthusiasm. You guys are both excited. Go Cancer. Alright. Is Vibe casting? No, I'm coaching. This is more a bit more hands-on than casting. All right, so Fly Rev, I'll kind of guide you through the build. I'll try not to talk too much, but I'll kind of like say what I think you should be focusing on at any point in time, but I'll kind of try to let you do it yourself. But if you have a question, just, or if you need me to be more like descriptive, just definitely just say like more detail or some shit, so I know you want more stuff. Anyways, pylon block your natural. Yeah, and standard opener so far. Pylon, gate, then gas, 20 nexus, all standard, super standard shit. Okay, make sure you get another probe going down to your natural like right now, so you don't miss the timing of the gateway. Alright, good job. Perfect timing. That was perking perfect. Build your gas, Chrono Boost your Nexus. Start another probe. And then you can scout as well right now if you want to. So you don't have to, but it would just let you know that you're gonna get like one base like all in or some shit if you decided to do that to you. Alright, and then put one probe on gas out of your Nexus. Okay, double chrono is bad. You don't want to double chrono that early. And don't put 3 probes on gas. You want to maintain 16 to 16 as fast as you can and slowly fill the gas up because you want to expand now. So send a probe down to your natural and do it with put one probe back on your mineral line. So you want to always keep 16. There you go. And then try to maintain probe production for build a nexus, sorry. You double chronoed, so that's why I said that. It's a little fucked up now, but it's okay. Then build your core. Okay, you can see he expanded, so it's normal. And he's also going gasless, so it makes the build even better. Build your core. And then start your second gas as soon as you can while making probes. So build that second gas. And then keep making another probe and start a pylon as soon as you can too. So pylon ASAP in your base, in your main base. Definitely pylon your main base. There you go. Because you want to build your tech in your main, so it's harder for the Overlord to scout it. Okay, now Chrono Boost your Adept out of your gateway as soon as you can. And start Warp Gate and an Adept as soon as possible. So Adept, Warp Gate. You need to do this as well with this build. You cannot go Stalker with this build. Okay, and then start a Twilight Council. Once you have the gas for it now, so you can do it. And then start another Adept right away. And keep making probes. And now immediately walk to his base with that first Adept. Don't throw it to death. Don't like try to kill shit with it and let it die. Definitely wait till you have 2. But you can definitely poke him and maybe kill a creep tumor. Or maybe poke a Zergling and kill it. Maybe force some Zerglings. You can definitely poke him a little bit and be annoying, but don't try to like dive drones until you have 2 Adepts. But you can, yeah, like I said, you can poke him though. Okay, and then now you can make your second gateway in your doorway. And you can start. So be careful with your Adept. Back up. Make probes, make a second gateway, make your glaive upgrade, and chrono boost it. So all chrono boost now goes in that glaive upgrade. And then start a robo as soon as you can too. And now make one more Adept again, so you can cover your doorway in case he tries to counterattack you. And then make another gateway. And because what's going to happen is you're going to make 1 Adept for the doorway, and you're going to have 3 gates, warp in 3 Adepts. That's ideally... Okay, so your Adept's going to die. That's a little unfortunate. So just get out of there. And just now, this will become one of your Adepts, and now you only need to make 2 on top of like the one you already made. So also cancel that gateway you just made. You don't want to block the door like that. Immortals can't fit. Put it a little bit... Like, put it near like your council or some shit. You want to definitely leave that door open. Okay. So you're going to cancel the Adept you just made. Let Warp Gate finish. And warp in 2 Adepts. Just 2 Adepts. Because what you want to do is you want to fill up a Prism with 4 Adepts. So immediately start a Prism out of that Robo. And you can Chrono Boost that one time now as well. And Chrono Boost your Prism and Chrono Boost your Glaive upgrade one more time. So Chrono Boost Robo and Council. There you go. Warp in 2 Adepts. You need Pylon. Sorry, I should have told you. Warp, make 2 gases as well at your natural. But the idea is you want to have 4 Adepts in the Prism. So pull back the Adept in the middle of the map to your Prism too. Or load it up as you fly by it or something. Put all these Adepts in the Prism. Start Charge right now. And start making Immortals and start making Sentries. So Sentries all stay at your base. You make Immortals and Sentries right now. And go attack him with this Prism. try to not lose the prism. Also, stop making probes. You're done making probes all game. Never make another probe again. Last thing, make 4 more gateways as soon as you can. Actually, make 5. 5 is going to be if you fuck up your macro at all. So 8 gates is better if you fuck up your macro. So make 5 gates right now, right as you're going to start this. So 1 more gate. There you go. You made it. Now try to micro your adepts. Kill drones at all costs. Like, try to go for the back of the middle line. Avoid the queens. Drop on the middle line. Kill as many drones as possible. Make sentries. And whenever you can't make sentries, make zealots for now. And then as soon as you start going across the map with your army, make nothing but stalkers. With the gas, you'll bank up then. So try to kill drones. So far, you've killed 0. You want to kill at least 10. There you go. There's a couple. Get the prism out of there. Oh, God. Okay, so now I'm going to pause the game really fast. Or I can't. You pause the game. Just pause the game really quickly. Because I want to tell you something.
Game paused.
So you can't let that happen. Because if you do let that happen, the whole build is going to feel shit now. Because that prism, what you want to be doing with it is you want to fly on like the edge of the base as much as possible. Like, you want to not fly through creep, and you want to not fly through like inside the mineral line. You want to fly like on the outside of the area and then drop the adepts on the outside. You want to get hit by the queens as little as possible. That's the idea here. And then you can also like have the adepts walk a little bit forward and start sniping drones. Because even if you make him get off the middle line, it's still a win for you. But if you kill drones, that's really a win for you. But the problem with losing that prism is you have to remake it now. Because if you don't remake it, you have no proxy warp-in. And you want a prism to be proxy warp-in, because if you get really good at micro, you can actually dodge fucking corrosive vials as well with a prism. Like, you can do a lot with a prism. It's insane how high skill cap a prism can be. But losing it now means your immortal timing is now going to be delayed, because you have to not make a immortal. You got to remake the prism. So your attack is going to probably, like, the chances of it failing now are really high, because it's going to delay your window of attack by a shitload of time. And it'll have less immortals. And ideally you want to be attacking with 2 or 3 immortals, like as soon as you have them. 2 immortals if you did. So here's when you pull the trigger, okay? This is really important to know this. If you feel like you did a lot of damage to drones, like you just fucking murdered his mineral lines and you're like, wow, this guy is like dead. Your first 2 immortals, the second they finish, go across the map right away, because he's not really going to have a good economy to make a lot of roaches with. But now, if you didn't do a lot of damage you were looking for, if you were like, okay, I did a little bit of damage, but maybe I killed 4 drones. Maybe the Zerg did a really good job not taking drone damage. You would want to move out with 3 immortals then. And the reason why you'd want to move out with 3 immortals, this is why. It's the perfect amount of immortals you need to one-shot a roach. So what that means is if the Zerg does a good job with his drones, and you're like, okay, well, he's got a lot of shit now. Every time you force field him and dice his army up, even if he tries to corrosive bile the force fields and break the force fields and get out of there, there is a good chance you're going to be just shitting on his roaches every time that happens, because you're like, even though he's going to break the force field and unlock the area to run through it again, you're going to pick off probably like 3, maybe 4 roaches in that time frame. Because it takes a couple seconds for the force fields to get broken by a corrosive bile, and it also takes like a second for him to react to it in the first place. So there's a good chance you're going to kill 3, maybe 4 roaches at a time with just the immortals pounding them to death. So 3 immortals there is like a crucial at actually capitalizing on damage when the Zerg might have a lot of shit. But like I said, 2 immortals is a great number to go with if you've done a lot of damage to his mineral line, which is what we did last game. That's what I did last game. Because the Zerg lost a lot of shit. So he's not really going to have... It's better then to try to catch the Zerg while he makes drones. And if he doesn't make drones, force fields up in his face really fast. Make that really complicated to deal with, even though we don't have enough immortals to one-shot a drone. It's just Zerg is like starving at that point, and he's like, fuck, I'm going to die. Protoss is just never letting me breathe here. Things are rough for Zerg. So that's generally how you'd want it to go, okay? Whether you kill a lot of drones or whether you don't kill a lot of drones. But the common denominator for both of those things is you can't lose the prism. If you lose the prism, like I said before, the odds of you winning the game are like now probably like 10%. They're really low. So I would say ask him if he's ready, and just go ahead and resume it when you guys are both ready.
Oh,
Remake the prism
yeah.
and try to do the timing attack, but I think you're gonna die. But try your best.
We good. Okay, so not just GG.
Yeah,
let's
just try to do it. Yeah, but you'll see what I mean. You'll see how it feels. It's gonna feel like it's gonna be hard.
Oh,
But yeah, just go remake the prism immediately, and then as soon as it's out, just go across the map, because you need to go like sooner than later. But now you're only gonna have one immortal because you're just not gonna really have what you need.
Oh,
So make a couple more
yeah.
pylons. You are good shit. Probably make like another 3 pylons on top of that. Literally make like 6 pylons at once right now. And then no more probes. And as soon as your prism's out, move across the map with it. Maybe try to put it in its own control group. Put like your whole army in like 1 or something, and the prism in like 2. Just so it's not gonna fly in and die to queens again. And then aggressively move across the map right now and warp in stalkers and zealots when you can't afford stalkers. So stalkers is a priority, and then warp in zealots otherwise. And start chrono boosting your robo again. Try to make more immortals that'll eventually come over. Also, when you warp in, try to warp in out of the prism only from now on. So be careful with the prism. It's flying into like death again right now. So phase it in an area where it's not going to die. Careful with the immortal. Back your army up. Back your army up. So there you go. Now go to the prism. Just go to the prism. Relocate yourself. Warp in units. Get your whole army over there and try not to. Okay, now get ready to fight. You want to unphase the prism so it doesn't die. Nice dodge. Use force fields. Don't let him run away for free, and dice him up whenever he tries to fight you. So you want to cast like 3 or 4 force fields at a time in a line where you can plant them. They're perfect. Now replant them as soon as it ends. As soon as he breaks force fields, replant. So you missed it there, but you can always replant the force fields before he can get out of there, because you can. It doesn't matter. Like you don't have to build the force field. You can plant it on him, and it doesn't matter. So you're kind of dead now. All your sentries died. You definitely overdid the force fields there, like pretty hard in one spot. Like space them out a little bit more, and you only need to replant them when he breaks them. And you can see when he's gonna break them because you can see the corrosive bile like that. And so now you're gonna die. And like I said before, this is gonna already feel hard because number 1, you didn't kill enough drones, and number 2, you lost the prism. So it's gonna feel like it's gonna be a nightmare to break Zerg now. So now you're definitely dead. Zerg is 3 base. You just did a 2 base LN that's completely shut down. So you can GG out now. But I would say try it. Let's do it one more time. Try again, and this time, now that you got a little experience with it, maybe you know, it'll feel a little more comfortable next time around. But
Yeah.
just to make sure you understand, so I'm not like yelling, like overflowing your brain here when you're in the middle of trying to micro. You're like, Vibe, shut the fuck up and let me focus for 1 second. When you're casting a force field on the Zerg, if you cast force fields on the Zerg, straight up, like you blocked him from an area where he can no longer get out, and your army is killing Ravagers or Roaches or whatever in that spot. If you see him cast Corrosive Bile, and you can see that orange flickering bile location under your force field, let the force field break, because that's what Corrosive Bile does. It breaks the force field, it shatters it. But the second it's over and the Corrosive Bile's gone, immediately plant a force field in the Ravager or Roach's face that's trying to leave and block him in again. So that he, like, because you can force field it whenever the fuck you want. And if he's trying to open the door to evacuate, slam the door right in his face again and kill the Ravagers and Roaches before they can leave. And only do this if there's still a juicy chunk of Ravager Roach that's trying to get out of there that you want to kill still. If it's like 1 Roach, maybe don't force field it off, because you want to probably move forward and then set up a new door on like a new area that you're going to get a larger chunk. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'll invite you both to the game again. Invite to game. Invite to game. Make myself a referee so I can pause if I need to. I don't think I will, but because I just wanted to explain the prism thing, because that definitely was rough for you. And then with the prism, definitely try to fly it on like the side of the base, like the perimeter, definitely not through it. The only time you should ever fly through it is if you're gonna like unload the adepts and walk the adepts first into the queen, but then you're not gonna even attack the queen. You're gonna like walk into the drones, and I don't know. It's even then, it's kind of like a waste of time. Like you should just probably fly around the side.
Yeah. So the natural, basically.
Like, okay, so when I say fly around the side, I mean fly around the entire perimeter of his base. So if he's got a natural, that the only time you should ever be going to the natural is if you're behind the open airspace of his main or his third. You don't go natural first. Because if you go natural first, you're going in the middle of his fucking base at that point. So you want to make it to where queens basically can barely hit you because you're flying in the air. And then even if, like, once they get a couple hits on you and they start kind of trying to chase you down a little bit, they're like, oh, fuck, there's a cliff here now. And he just flew over the cliff. Because he's flying in an area I can now hit him a little bit more. But now he's over a cliff and now he's in my natural. And I got to run down to the ramp and come back up. And by then I've already lost a bunch of drones. Or I've had to pull the mineral line. Things like that. But yeah, definitely don't fly natural first. That's suicide.
Mm.
All right. I'll ask you guys both if you're ready. And see if you guys are good to go. Alright, you got a happy face. He says go, go. You guys are fucking good. You guys are looking sexy. Let's do this.
You can take a moment to give the shout out to the sub guy if you want.
Are you not going to be mad at me?
No. Of course not. I can be mad
I
at
know,
you.
I'm just joking. No, I know. I've been thinking Naughty all day because he's been super fucking generous. Yo, Naughty, thank you again, man.
Yeah.
For that's
Thank
like
you.
that's like 60 subs today, or 80 subs, or 70 subs. I don't even fucking know, man. It's a lot of subs.
That's like, yeah, $1 million.
It's $1 million. It's probably like I'm honestly probably the richest man in the world at this point because of you. Thank you, man. That is super appreciated, though. That's a lot of support. It's like $1 trillion. Okay, so same build. I'll kind of be a little bit lighter on the talking this game. I'll let you kind of do it more yourself, but yeah, don't forget to build your gateway. Probably gotta send a probe now. There you go. I'd say honestly, you could probably even leave that probe if you wanted to.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe.
The only time, just to throw it out there, the only time people honestly leave the natural pylon and then do something with it is when they mine the patch of minerals at the top of the mineral line at the natural and then turn it in and immediately come right back.
Right.
But if you go to the main mineral line and start mining, you're gonna definitely be late.
Mm.
All right. And then one chrono boost only on your Nexus. Don't do not double chrono. Save that second chrono for later. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems like supply blocking. Okay. Get your core. I'll say scout after the core with that probe. Okay, that doorway is a little bit too big, but it's okay. I guess you can make a gateway on the right side of it, above it, so that's fine. Definitely make your gateway, though, above the core on the side of the gate, though, to create a doorway. Otherwise, you're going to have a doorway that's way too big. Make your second gas. And in the future, make your second gas before your second pylon. Yeah, the guy I'm coaching is from Europe. No. Flyer is European. He's a beautiful European man. He's a handsome devil. Crap.
No gas again.
Chrono boost. Wait, what's up? Sorry. Oh, no gas, what you said. Yeah. Yep. Make sure you chrono boost your gateway, because you want those two adepts to get there ASAP. Now make your council. And keep making probes. Probably start another pylon here pretty soon. And make your second gateway too. That's huge. And on like your door. So you actually make a proper door. Okay, so that's a bad gateway. Cancel that. Put it above the core. On this, like one gap off the gateway, but they're perfect. That's perfect. Because you gotta think, if the Zerg does a speeding all in, you don't want to die. I know he can't now because he's gasless, but there's no reason to have a bad wall. Okay. Get your chrono boosted glaive upgrade. Make a robo now. And use 2 adepts to go poke him. And make a 3rd adept. Make another gateway as well. So your gateways are a little late. It's okay. For your 3rd gateway, that is. And your robo is a little late too, but it's okay. Get double gash at your natural. And keep making probes and then saturate that gas ASAP. And as soon as you have a 3rd adept, I want you to warp in up to 4 adepts. Not including the 2 that are attacking. So those 2 adepts that are attacking are definitely kind of missing opportunities here to be aggressive. You're going too late, which is why that's failing. You should be going before like 3 minutes with those things. Or like 3:30, that is. Just go ahead and pull that one back, it's fine. Just go up to 4 adepts now and chrono boost out a warp prism. So chrono boost warp prism, chrono boost your glaive upgrade one more time. Make 1 more adept and start making sentries. So get 4, or sorry, start making sentries now. You have 4 adepts now. Get those 4 adepts together and go to the prism. Do not send them into his base, otherwise they'll die. And then start making immortals. Make 2 more probes for your mineral line. The hardest thing about this build is not spy blocking while you're being this aggressive. Get that prism up with those adepts. Your adepts need to have a prism with them. Oh, you loaded a sentry in. Be careful. We should go back to your base with that. Like, shit. Okay. Nice block on the door. Yeah, the lead, just leave 1 adept at home in the doorway, like you just did, and then warp in sentries behind it, and warp in. Keep making immortals. Definitely put the sentries in your base though, and then go attack with the prism. You don't want your sentries to take damage. Then put the adept back in the door, so if he attacks you again, you don't have sentries in the door. There you go, perfect. Okay, now you need to make like 5 more gateways right now, as soon as you can. So this is what this build's gonna feel like. It's gonna be overwhelming because you got to do so much shit because you're always attacking. This build only is successful if you attack. But now behind this, you got charge, which is good. Start warping in mass sentries and keep making immortals. And you're just trying to do 1 final round of damage on his. No, don't warp in yet. This is so. I'm gonna pause. Sorry, I'm gonna pause just for a second. So this window right here, what you just did with the sentries that you warped in aggressively at the top of the map. This is not when you try to kill the Zerg. There's basically, think about it like this. This is like a 3-hit combo, okay? You have the first hit, which is your first 2 adepts. And if they die or don't die, it doesn't matter. They're probably going to die if you get good at them, because you're going to try to kill as many drones as possible before they die, which is good. So the first hit is 2 adepts, and then they die. The second hit is a warp prism with 4 adepts in it. And the second hit is going to have resonating glaives. So you're going to have 4 adepts with a prism that fly around the border, like the perimeter of his base. And once again, you kill as many drones as possible. So the first and second hit are both adepts only, and you go for drones only. You don't try to kill queens, you don't try to kill roaches, you don't try to kill zerglings unless you have to. Just try to kill drones as much as possible. The third hit is your timing attack, which then warps in aggressively with the prism. Like with sentries and shit like that, and stalkers and whatever. But you're not ever warping in anything that is not an adept aggressively until your third hit. Because all that's going to happen now is your sentries are going to be isolated. They could easily be killed by speedlings or something like that. And what you should be doing is killing drones. Because if you also don't try to kill drones right now and try to do a push with adept sentry, you're never going to kill roaches. You don't have immortals here. You're not going to do any damage with those sentries. They're just going to die. So what you should do is run them back home, not even try to use them, and then try to once again kill his fucking economy with adepts and try to focus fire probes and do not lose the prism. And meanwhile, warp in more sentries, warp in stalkers, warp in zealots, chrono boost immortals constantly at home, don't supply block. And then once you have, in this game particularly, you haven't yet lost the prism, and you're also not doing damage to the mineral line. So attack when you have 3 immortals. Okay?
Yeah.
So, anything not make sense, or how you feeling?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Awesome, is ready. Ready, adapt. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Good luck. Now, try your best to build pylons and macro during this and chrono boost immortals while you try to kill drones. So he's over there at the 3rd, so you can go to the natural, probably pick off a drone here, maybe. Yeah, probably get that prism out of there now. And by now, you should have your 3 immortals. So if you don't lose that prism, you should be moving out with your army now. And take a wide turn with your prism. Like, if you don't go through the base like that. If you do, you'll die. Start moving your army out and move your prism around the side of the map and don't die. And you also just scouted he's going for Spires, so start making Stalkers. And like push with Stalkers and Sentries and Immortal. Now you can start warping in aggressively with the prism. So group your army together and go, go, go. Make a couple more pylons so you don't block. As well. Make like 4 more pylons. For your base. Yep. Warp in units. Your army grouped up. Try to kill Zord. It'll probably feel difficult again. Because this game, you killed 3 drones. And remember, the less drones you kill, the harder this feels. Now you just gotta do good force field micro and try to like break him apart. Try to always grab like a 1/3 of his army. So like zone out 2/3, grab 1/3 and lock it in with your force fields. And that should be your priority right now, is only casting force fields. So you're not really casting any right now, and you're definitely gonna die if you don't cast force fields. That's definitely priority number 1. And I know there's mutas in your middle line, but the only reason why those are happening is because it's just way too late. This timing attack is a little bit delayed overall. Like, it's not just that it's delayed. It's that like the Zerg is just too rich. That's really the problem. The Zerg is not losing enough economy. So like your first like I'll do. I would say maybe let me do one more example, just one more time.
Yeah.
And this time I'm not going to talk so much about the build. I'm going to talk about how I'm micro, okay? Because I do think you're missing the opportunity as much as you can on micro. Like your adepts are not getting the damage done you're looking for, and then your sentries are also not getting the force fields that they're looking for. And that's gonna fuck you all the time if you don't get that down. Because this build is reliant on that like hardcore. All right. All right. Ready. And then, yeah, once again, Fly Rev, feel free to ask any questions at any point in time. Keep your arms and legs inside this vehicle. Don't get too excited. Okay, he's ready. Okay, so I'm doing the exact same build again. Nothing's going to change. And then you're going to see what I mean with the adepts and how they need to do damage and what it looks like. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of like bait him to the front of his base by poking shit. And we're going to force him to come there, because if he doesn't, we're going to cast a shade into his main. And if he chases the shade into his main, I'm going to cancel it and kill drones in the natural. You'll see what I mean in a second. Like we basically force 2 places at once by having a potential shade and also have where we are now. It doesn't work properly if you just run away and cast the shade, because then he just has to chase one thing and then that's it. So it's really important to use your depths properly for this to work. So we're gonna make our pylon as always. Kind of chill here with the probe. Okay, make our gateway. And go scout him. Make our gas and chrono boost one time on the Nexus. Okay, we have 16 probes on the mineral line. Never touch them again. All patches have 2 per patch. And then now we have 19 probes until we have 1 scouting, 1 on gas, 16 on mineral line. Now we're gonna send at 19 supply. Our main goes to the natural with a rally point, so that at 20 we're gonna have a probe that's gonna be ready to build the Nexus. Okay, we see gasless again. That kind of shit. That's fine. Make it natural. Immediately now make our core as soon as we can. We could do like what you did. That'd be fine. Put the core down below, and we'll put our gateway above it. Make another probe immediately after the core, and then immediately start a gas. Otherwise, we're going to be like tapped out on gas, and it's going to be all fucked up. And then as soon as our probe comes out of the first probe that's going to go in the gas, immediately make a pylon. And now our probe that's coming back can also saturate the gas. So it's going to be 3 probes on that gas like the second it's done. And then now we can make a chrono boost on the Adept. And then now also chrono boost our Nexus one more time. After the second pylon is now done. And the core is now finished. Okay, we can make another pylon right now. And now we're about ready to start microing our Adept. Make another Adept. We're making 3 Adepts in total before Warp Gate. So we're going to go 3 Adepts. 2 of them are going to attack. 1's going to stay in the wall. Okay. And then now we can make our Twilight Council. Okay. Chrono Boost like Nexus one more time. And then we're going to save Chronos now for our Adept Glaive upgrade. Let's take another gateway in the doorway here. Okay, we poked him a little bit. We saw what's going on. We're not trying to lose the Adept here. We're just kind of scouting. He's making a lot of lings. It's totally fine. Make a 3rd Adept. It's behind this now. Let's go ahead and make our 3rd gateway and our Robo. And now our Robo. And start our Glaive upgrade as well as soon as we can, and Chrono Boost it as soon as we can. So 2 Adepts are together. Get a Glaive upgrade. Now we can poke his lings, push in a little bit. And again, if these Adepts die, it's totally fine. So he's not chasing them well enough. So now I go into the main and start killing drones. Now I shade back to the natural, and I I tuck myself into an annoying spot. Kill drones. Now we go to the natural and kill drones. Behind this, we're getting a Glaive upgrade still. Go back to the main. Kill drones. Okay, so we actually killed a lot of drones there. And we also fucked up his mining, like hardcore. So, ideally, like I said before, like let me just break down now. I guess, look on Discord really fast. This will make it easier for you. Instead of watching the stream, just watch Discord. I'll share my screen on Discord now so you can see what I'm seeing. But yeah, your Adept micro definitely makes the difference whether it's going to or not going to work. And I'm not gonna lie, the fact that he called GG right there isn't the worst. Like it's not it's not a preemptive GG, because I genuinely think Zerg can only lose up to 10 drones and still have a chance. If Zerg loses more than 10 drones, it's fucking game over, because the timing attack with Immortals and Sentries is going to run Zerg over. And we already killed 9 drones before he GG'd, and the Adepts were still alive. And also we were like stopping his mining time like crazy. So build-wise, we've kind of talked about it already. The way the build goes is we make 6 Adepts and then mass Sentries. Like we make like 6 Adepts, then like 8 Sentries, and then just mass Stalkers and Zealots whenever you don't have resources for Stalkers. Because you want to have a good amount of Sentries for force fields, and then you want to have a lot of Stalkers that can help the Immortals kill the fucking Roaches and the Ravagers. Stalkers also make it really hard for Zerg if they go Spire, which is going to happen sometimes. And then they're just really good because they can help kill, like they like stay alive because they're not melee and running in to die. They're actually at range shooting Roaches and Ravagers with force field usage. So that's the idea of the build. So again, we open up with a natural, with 1 gate into a natural. We make 3 Adepts out of our first gateway. We make a Council, a Robo, and 2 more gateways, all during the time of Warp Gate. And as soon as Warp Gate's done, we should be making a Warp Prism, Resonating Glaives, and 3 Warped In Adepts to take us to a total of 6. It is totally okay if your first 2 Adepts die, as long as they're getting damage done while they do it. And you totally can force it to happen, and we're going to talk about how I microed that in just a second, because you really can. Like, Zerg, if Zerg doesn't have Zergling speed, you can bully them all day with your Adepts. It's really fucking annoying. And if Zerg does have a really fast gas and gets really early Zergling speed, you can poke Zerg a little bit with your first 2 Adepts and maybe just like shade out of there and leave. And then instead of making 6 Adepts, you can make 4 and then make sentries faster, because you're going to put your 2 of your 4 Adepts are going to be from your first 2 you made in the very beginning. Because if you just would have went into his base, you would have been killed by speedlings. And the way you can tell the difference there is when you scout him, does he have a really early gas or not? And this guy's going gasless a lot. So like I said before, gasless is really hard to... It's really hard for Zerg to deal with this if they go gasless, because you can bully them all day with because they have slow lings. So we're going again, like we're getting gasless, so we'll just not make it confusing. We make 6 Adepts, we make Resonating Glaives, we make a Warp Prism, and then that's phase 1 of the build. It's all about drone kills. Phase 2 of the build is the transition, which is going to be charge on the after Glaives, so charge starts after. We add in 5 more gates to now go to a total of 8 gateways, and we start making Immortals, and we only Chrono Boost Immortals as soon as we start making Immortals. You will never have enough Chrono Boost energy on your 2 Nexus to Chrono Boost more than 1 building a lot, and you won't even be able to permanently keep Chrono Boost on that 1 building. It'll have a lot of Chrono, but it won't be permanent. It'll be chronoed like 80% of the time. So essentially, if we're chrono boosting nothing but Immortals while you're making Sentries and then Stalker Zealot, it makes your timing attack really strong. And again, the Adepts are all about weakening the drones, and then your Warp Prism turns into an all-in with your Immortals, Sentries, and Stalkers. That's the whole build. It's going to be repetitive as fuck every time. That's all you're ever going to do. The only thing that we didn't talk about a whole lot that you shouldn't forget, we did it in the very first game that I showed you. As soon as you decide to pull the trigger and move out and attack the Zerg, always start a 3rd base. So that if you don't kill him entirely, but you cripple him, the game can go on where you put Zerg back on, let's say, like 2 bases, and now you're on 3 bases, and you can turn this into like Charge the Archon Immortal and go for more of a standard game and be really strong going from there. So always take the 3rd. Always start the 3rd after you launch your timing. Do not take a 3rd base while you're turtling and trying to start making Immortals and shit like that. That's way too early. It'll be out of order, and you'll fuck your timing up. It'll make everything weaker. Take your 3rd as you're walking across the map to go kill Zerg, so that you can have it as you can have it as a fallback plan B in case you don't win the game right now. And then that's pretty much the whole build. You can do whatever you like. Like I said before, Charge the Archon Immortal would be a great follow-up to this, and that's why I also said you take a Forge as well at the same time when you take a 3rd. I said that in the first game, so that you can start turning this into upgrades with an advanced level game here if the game doesn't end. So you do have options if you don't kill him with this, but you're supposed to kill him with this. This is what the whole build is designed to do. It's very, very strong if you do it properly. And now finally, let's talk about the Adepts, and specifically why my Adepts did so much fucking damage. So the Adept is a 2-pronged unit. Protosses who understand that make Adepts feel overpowered. Protosses who do not understand that make Adepts feel very weak. If you ever attack a Zerg and you go, man, Adepts fucking suck, it's most likely because you are using Adepts as a single prong unit, not a double prong unit. And what that means is the Shade is 1 prong, and the Adept itself is a 2nd prong, and you can have almost infinite uptime of Shade going around the base. Like, the cooldown of the Shade is not that long. It's an 11-second cooldown, and it's a 7-second duration, and the cooldown does start when the Shade starts. So you literally have 4 seconds out of 11 seconds where there's no Shade going around the base, which is not that much time for Zerg to not have a Shade in his base. So there's going to be a Shade in his base most of the time. Like 2/3 of the time, essentially. A little bit more than 2/3, because 2/3 would genuinely be 4 out of 12, not 4 out of 11. Or like, because it's 4, like that's the downtime. So it's actually 8 out of You get what I mean. Fuck, that's not confusing myself, but yeah. It's a lot of uptime of a shade, is what I'm trying to say. But now, when we move into the base, what I do, it's very specific. It's less than 2/3. I don't care. I'm over it. Fuck it. You get what I mean. As soon as I see the Zerglings, I do not run away. I do not shade this way. I don't not shade at all. I don't stand here and try to auto attack. I immediately start a 2-prong to force him to make a choice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start attacking the Lings and moving this direction north while I make my shade go that direction. So his Lings have to either go to the natural or go to the main. He has to pick one or the other. And I can cancel or not cancel my shade based on what he picks, that's why Adepts are so fucking strong. You don't have to shade. It creates a gamble for Zerg. That's why it's really strong. So as I move in, I kill a Ling and I shade immediately. I move forward. Notice how I don't move back. I move forward because if I move back, that goes back to 1-prong, not 2-prong, because all he has to do then is chase the shade. And then I don't do anything. That becomes a bad fight for Protoss. But if I move forward, here's the thing. If the Zerglings commit to my Adepts, I can start kiting them while my shades run for free into his main base. And it creates this big-ass distance between his Zerglings and my Adepts, which gives me a lot of uptime on his drones. If he doesn't if he doesn't attack my Adepts, though, and instead he does chase the shades, nothing stops me from compromising these drones. So I'm compromising 2 mineral lines at the same time because I'm using both shade and adept right now. I'm not just running away and shading. So I do both at the same time. He chases the shade. He's like, fuck, okay, well, shades are going to my base right now. I gotta deal with that. Queen come try to stop the Adepts while I chase the shade. But one Queen literally tickles Adepts. They have a lot of health. That Queen's not going to do much really fast. It's going to take a while for one Queen to kill Adepts. So I move into his base and notice how I still see where his Lings are. And now notice how he turned away. And now he's going, well, fuck. You're walking into my mineral line. So now I need to stop you from killing my natural mineral line. So he's now making the choice to stop chasing me and commit to the Adepts at the natural. And you know what I do now? I don't cancel my shade. If his Lings were still right here on top of the shades, I would cancel it and attack these drones. But because he turned, I don't cancel and I teleport. 2-prong attack with Adepts is the only way this feels aggressive. It's the only way Zerg feels pressured. If you don't do that, Zerg will never feel pressured. Zerg will be like, chase shade, easy win. Chase shade, easy win. Chase shade, easy win. You have to do this. That's why I said you always want to make sure that on cooldown you're casting another one as well, because it creates this situation again and again and again and again. So he goes to the natural. We teleport away. Now we're no longer there anymore. Now we're in range of drones in the main. I kill a drone. I kill a drone. I kill a drone. We've already killed 3 drones. And now I tuck myself between mineral patches. I don't just run over here and just go, I don't fucking know. I tuck myself between 2 mineral patches because it's literally a wall. He can't run over the minerals. This creates a choke point which Zerglings get really fucking stupid against. Like that. And now I shade, and it once again creates a 2-prong attack. If he chases the shade, I'll cancel it last second while I kill these drones. If he doesn't chase the shade and tries to get on my Adepts, I'll kill as much shit as I can while I'm here, and then teleport into his natural and kill more drones. So what does his Lings do? They come back. So now is a moment where I'm not going to cancel the shade. I'm going to kill drones and Lings, whatever is in my way. I'm going to kill drones ideally, but if his Lings are literally blocking me from doing that, I'll kill Lings instead. So I tried to kill that drone. I was out of range with my second Adept, so I didn't quite kill it, and I teleport away. So notice how I didn't cancel either shade. I would have, though, but I didn't cancel either shade because both times the Zerg committed to my Adepts themselves, not to the shade. And now these shades are in an open mineral line. And I'm going to do it again. I'm going to shade back to the main and be annoying as fuck again. And now I'm killing drones again. And now Zerglings are here. So once again, the same exact way, I'm going to force a shade. and I'm gonna put myself around the mineral line in a weird way that's annoying as shit for Zerg. Now that was a little bit more sloppy. I should have definitely blocked the doorway. See, like, but I'm taking way more fucking damage now than I should be. That was very sloppy by us. But now Zerg is committing once again to the Adepts, so we don't cancel Shade. We commit to the Shade. And I start killing drones. And at this point now, Zerg is not mining minerals. Zerg is not mining minerals. He's running around a shitload. His income right now is really fucking low compared to us because he's losing all this mining time. And I've already killed 7 drones, which means I have a 7 worker lead. And he's also getting in a position where if he doesn't remake Lings and he just remakes drones more, these Adepts might not die as fast and they might be a problem even longer. So it's like a weird balance you got to make as Zerg. It's really hard and annoying as fuck to deal with. That's why I said this build is actually annoying as shit to deal with for a Zerg player. It really is. But I'm killing so many fucking drones right now that and this isn't even it. This is just the first of 3 attacks. I'm making a warp prism in a second here that's going to come back with 4 glaive adepts. And that's ideally going to kill even more drones. And then behind that, we're going to be doing, like I said before, Zealot, Stalker, Sentry, Immortal all in with a bunch of fucking force fields and just running Zerg over. And if we've made Zerg this fucking slow, this fast, off of our adepts, the chances of us winning the game are really high. And as I said before, should we wait till we have 3 Immortals and give Zerg more time? No. Even though 3 Immortals is better against a lot of roaches, we shouldn't give Zerg time there because if we just push with 2 Immortals, it's faster. And I've crippled Zerg so fucking hard that if I just go for a faster attack, Zerg isn't going to have anything anyways to deal with my army in the first place. We're just going to run him over. We're not going to have a formidable exchange of like his army versus my army when we fucking clash. I'm going to show up and he's going to fall over and die. So getting there sooner than later is a good idea. So 2 Immortals is a great time to go. But 3 Immortals, again, is a great time to go if he didn't really kill a lot of drones. And Zerg is going to be formidable and be able to fucking hold his ground. Because he didn't really lose his economy because he did a good job protecting it. Or you did a bad job attacking it. One or the other. But yeah, like this was a ton of damage for sure. Zerg definitely having a bad day right now.
Yeah.
So, again, this build is all about your control, your micro. And I hope what I said there about the 2-prong adept pressure made sense. You have to play it that way, otherwise it won't feel hard for Zerg to stop it. You have to pressure 2 mineral lines at the same time. Does that make sense overall?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just make sure when you do it, the way you do it effectively is you watch where the Lings go and you go where they don't go. So if they stay on your adepts, you commit to the shade. If they chase the shade, you don't cancel it right away. You cancel it when it's about to go off to make the Lings run as far away as possible and then stay in the base you're already in and cancel the shade and kill drones again. Because if the Zerglings have to run all the way back again, by the time they get to your adepts, your shade cooldown's ready to go again. And you fucking send another round out and you're like, and then the Zerg is like, fucking seriously? I hate this shit. It's just annoying as hell for Zerg, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then with the prism, all you do with the prism, you're not really doing. You totally can do the shade stuff with your prism as well, but realistically with the prism, all you're genuinely trying to do with the prism is you drop on the back of the mineral line and you just fucking target fire drones as fast as possible, and then you load up as soon as his units are there, and then you literally fly over cliffs like this. Like that's a great cliff to fly over. You fly this way, and then suddenly his units have to go down and around, like they go down and around the ramp, and if you land right there on the edge of the cliff or the edge of like the area here. And then as soon as you land, you start flying the prism back a little bit so it doesn't get hit by queens. You target fire, like even if it's like only 2 or 3 drones, that's totally fine. Immediately jump back in the prism again, and then you can go back up again, but like back and forth again with the prism bouncing back and forth on this cliff. And be annoying as shit that way as well, or whatever. And then as soon as you're ready to go and you have your immortal count you're looking for, you can either recall the prism out if you need to, or you can just fly it around the perimeter and meet up with your army. Either way is fine. Because you're like, realistically, you're probably not going to be recalling your army because this is genuinely kind of an all-in and you're committed to it. It needs to work. Otherwise, this build's kind of not going to really do very well. If you just immediately recall, it's an all-in show. It needs to be committed to. You can't just not commit to it. So if you recall the prism, it would be fine because you're not going to be recalling your army. It's very unlikely. just to make your life easier, essentially, instead of like potentially losing the prism when it's ready to push with your army. That is, and that's the whole build. Yep, that's really it. Like it's really dependent on how well you can multitask. Super dependent on that. It's cheese. That is how you effectively cheese people. You multitask them. That's why a lot of times whenever people are like, why don't you teach cheese in fucking Beta GM at like Gold League? That's why I didn't do it, because it requires multitask to be effective.
Yeah.
So any questions about any of this stuff?
How are we doing on time?
I think we're already over in an hour, but it's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'll practice. I'll practice that starting with the Adept micro, I suppose, and I'll kill some Zergs.
If you would like, I don't know if Adapt wants to do one more, but if you'd like, would you like to try one more time, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's do one more. Give you one more go at it, and then Adapt. I don't know if you still want to go one more, but if you're down, I'd love you.
Actually, maybe just do it. Maybe I should just do it against the AI to have less.
Okay, sure. That's
pressure.
fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Get the mechanics going.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, never mind. Adapt.
You don't have to say. You don't have to say yes to this, but do you want to go or would
Another
you be
hour?
open for going another hour?
Probably not today.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there we go. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
It's gonna be StarCraft AMSR. This.
ASMR. Or was it ASMR? Or I feel like what you just said is fucking me up now. What did you just say? ASMR is what it is.
ASMR.
Yeah.
What did I say?
I have no idea. I think you might have said ASMR or some shit. I don't know.
You're gonna be thrown off for the rest of your stream now.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. My brain's all just like all over the place now.
Yeah. And this time I'll leave the probe in the spot here.
Yeah, not the natural. Yeah, it just makes. I think it just makes sense because you're not really getting much out of it otherwise, and you're just risking the fact that the gateway might be late.
Mm.
Come on,
We're gonna do that. Yeah.
Yep. The AI, when Skynet takes over, the AI is gonna remember that, and then you're gonna be one of the safe ones. You'll be one of the ones that's shackled and not just executed right away.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other way. Yep. Yep, dude. That's about it. That's what I'm looking for.
Stay safe.
And this next probe that gets built, this is what builds your Nexus. Perfect. Core? No scout? Yeah, he should be scouting, but it's okay. Then you make sure you put the gateway again above the core, because you put a double-sized door in there now. So if you want to have a proper wall, that's needs to be fixed now. Good job building gas before pylon. Do not chrono boost your Nexus again until the pylon's done. And keep making probes. And rally it to your gas. You're missing one. If you take one off the middle line, and there you go. There you go, perfect. And then now you can chrono boost your Adept and your probe. Good shit. Now rally it to your natural, so you can properly saturate the natural. And then you can poke him with the first Adept, but don't commit it. Only commit with two. Because again, if I did that shit where I did a two-prong attack with Adepts and it was only one Adept, it would not be threatening at all. Because it wouldn't be able to one-shot shit.
Glory to the Daylong.
Okay, now you want to build your council. I'm going to keep making probes. Chrono boost your probes one more time, like at the natural, because you're making it. That's fine. I would say do it at the natural because the probes are going to the natural anyways, but it's okay. It's okay. Make one more adept, so you have a third one to block the door when your first two go out and attack. And now start your second and third gateway and a robo as soon as you can.
The firstborn shall persevere.
Your robo, and then put your third gateway in your doorway, in your natural doorway, because it's fucked up otherwise. Let's put it above the core. Perfect, perfect. Now grab that second adept and go poke the Zerg with the 2 adepts, and the third adept sits in the doorway. And now sit there and don't make another adept, make glaives instead, and make probes, and get ready to start your gas and pylons, all that shit. You're gonna make 3 adepts at once when your warp gate's done, out of your 3 gateways you just made. So keep making pylons and probes while you try to poke around with 2 adepts. And then make sure you're adept as well when you with the doorway. That's not in the doorway. Make sure he's on hold position in the doorway. Good shit. Make sure. Oh shit! No, you're adept on the base. So like that right there, when you run away and shade away, that's definitely a retreative maneuver. It's for the future. Like obviously, if you run into his fucking units, it's bad, right? But it's gonna take practice to get good at that. But definitely, full-on retreats is not what you're looking for, because you're okay if these die as long as you kill as many drones as possible. Okay, and then warp in 3 adepts at once. Chrono boost your prism and your glaive. Keep making probes until you have 16. You're actually done making probes. Now you want to make immortals, 5 more gates, charge. Pylons as well, so you never block. But 5 gates, immortals, charge. Try to micro your 2 adepts still. Just shade into his base and try to kill drones. Try to shade behind the mineral line and then like go kill as many drones as possible before they die. And then right after that happens, don't use... Okay, so you're using shades at your natural. I think you might have selected all army there. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. It was... So you got to make sure you do the 1-2 punch properly, or it's never going to feel good. It needs to be 2 adepts that just fucking slam it in right off the bat. You want to ideally be doing as much damage as possible before link speed even exists. That's the whole point. As soon as link speed's over, it's going to feel shitty and be like, okay, well, this no longer feels good now because he's way too mobile. But then once that is over, you do not attack him again with adepts until you have a prism, because otherwise you're just going to die to link speed again. You're focusing drones really well. This is the power of glaive adepts, right? You just fucking murder shit. And then, yeah, behind this, you didn't make enough gateways. You would have wanted to have made 2 more, because you're only on 5. Or, yeah, you would have actually want to make 3 more, because you're only on 5. You want to be on 8. And then make sure you're chrono boosting. You didn't really chrono boost a whole lot. Make sure you're chrono boosting a shitload on your robo. Because if your robo is able to have 4 immortals on it, something is wrong with your money somewhere. Like, you're not making your gateway units enough, or you're just not making immortals fast enough because you're not chronoing. That's definitely a lot of immortals on the queue.
Yeah. They're busy.
Yep. Everyone's waiting in line. And then you forgot sentries as well with this one. So you'd want to only make 6 adepts. 4 for the prism, 2 for the initial attack. Never make another adept. They're literally crap otherwise. Like, because you're not doing an adept build. You're just doing a drone popper like opener to weaken him for your actual timing, which is supposed to be sentry based with Stalker and Zealot.
No.
So if you make any more than 6 adepts, it's literally just, again, going to make your build feel like it's going to fail. It's going to make it weaker.
Nice. Alright, yeah, I have a lot of practice. Yep. Yeah.
The hardest part about this build, 100% the hardest part about this build, is doing it while, like, doing the macro part while you're doing the micro part. Because the micro part is never going to be the same. It always changes based on what decisions your opponent makes. Because, like, you have to, like, counter that with micro. But the macro part is always the same. It's just you have to be able to execute the macro part while doing the micro part. That's what makes it super difficult. And the better job you do at the micro part, the longer it'll last, because you're not just going to lose the units right away, which then makes it harder to macro properly because you're spending more time in his base and less time in yours. So it definitely takes a lot to practice to do it properly. But it's, yeah, if you get it down, this is very, 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 very strong.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, man. No problem. No.
Give me the win there.
Oh, dang. You're the nicest guy, dude. That AI, like, Skynet really will love you. They're like, this guy is all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have any questions about any final questions about anything about what we just talked about?
No further questions. Your honor. Enjoy the rest of your stream and take care.
All right, man. I'll, as it always is, I'll upload it and I'll probably send it to you by tomorrow then.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Much fucking love.
Yeah. Much love.
Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good night, day, and things in general are going well for you.
Yeah.
And I'll see.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! It sounds like things are going great. All right, man. I'll see you next time.
Yeah. Next time.
All right.
Peace.
Later, dude.
Later.
All right, guys. That has been a coaching lesson with FlyRev, teaching you guys how to do a super aggressive council-based all-in, essentially. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Pernos is out there. That build is incredibly fucking annoying for Zergs to deal with. So, if you want to be that guy, there you go. I'm looking forward to having someone do that to me. Like I said before, I fight about on ladder. Like 1 out of maybe 20 Protosses does that on a daily basis, or like every time I play 20 Protosses, maybe 1 will do that. And that build, in my opinion, is the most annoying playstyle to play against. I fucking hate that playstyle as Zerg. So, yeah, maybe inspire some people out there. But good luck in your own games, guys. Hopefully you also learned something, and I will see you next time. Peace.